All right, so Best for Business, episode 1. We're shooting now. We're going on YouTube, but we'll stay with the podcast version as well. A lot's been going on in sports since the last time we've been on.
It's been a while.
It's been a few weeks. Football season thankfully started. I wanted to shoot last week when the Jets they blew out Detroit Monday Night Football, but we weren't able to. The Giants 0-1 as usual. Nothing there different.
Nothing to report.
But we're on week 2 now, so Jets go into week 2 high as could be. Sam Darnold, after the start he had
a great game.
He had a great game yesterday against the Dolphins. Jets lost 20-12 in a game where it's the only Jet way to lose. 3rd and 5, they'll sack Tannehill. 5-yard
give
penalty.
up a 3rd and 19.
3rd and 19, they'll set an all-out blitz. Terrell Pryor runs the wrong route in the end zone.
Missed an extra point, even though it didn't matter.
Missed an extra point, but it ruins the flow of the game.
You get stopped at the 1 yard line with no half.
That was the worst part because that's bad clock management on Todd Bowles' part.
Well, the killer of the game was the pick after the fumble.
Yeah,
that was a Terrell.
But that wasn't.
Pryor apologized to Donald.
Yeah, same Donald.
And he was wrong. He didn't run the right route. You're a tall receiver running over the middle. You got to cut in. How do you let the guy behind you pick the ball off? It's not like he cut in front of you or someone came out of nowhere. The guy behind you was just behind you, and you let him intercept the ball. And that's not the way to play defense. Offense.
You would think Pryor would have a little bit more knowledge of that being a quarterback.
Also,
you know
someone like Pryor, I don't like him running over the middle. He's like 6'5". The guy should be going.
Well, even more the reason why he should have seen it.
He throwing the ball outside.
He should be in the corner
because he's a bigger guy. Because what got me aggravated the most yesterday was that the Dolphins did nothing. They wanted no part of winning that game. Their offense stunk. It was a run pass. They just ran RPO where Tannehill fooled the whole defense. Guy looked like Mike Vick running the ball yesterday. He had more rushing yards than Powell and Crowell combined, which if your quarterback's running more yards than your 2 running backs, odds are you're not going to win that game.
Yeah, the offensive line looked like garbage yesterday.
Sam Darnold was under duress the whole game.
And he handled it well.
Spin moves, threw for 320.
Nunwa played great.
The guy's got hands at the.
Some of the tight ends played really well.
They played.
They look like they have a future.
They have a future, but they're
this
not
is a
ready
team
yet.
that has really got some growing to do.
But do you think the Dolphins are significantly better than the Jets?
No, the Dolphins are not better than the Jets. That's what got me
When
angry.
Tannehill's healthy, I think they are.
Yeah, but Tannehill threw for like 180 yards, 170 yards, so that's not.
Well, his record with who's the Miami?
He
coach?
also plays good against the
Adam
Jets.
Gaze, whatever his name is. Him and Tannehill, when Tannehill's healthy, their record's 10-5.
Yeah, but
If Tannehill stays on the field, they
there
win.
are certain guys that just play good against the Jets, and Tannehill.
But
I always think he's a great quarterback because he plays so good against the Jets.
But he doesn't. I'm not sold on Ryan Tannehill.
No,
it doesn't matter if you're sold on him or not. When he's healthy and they're 10-5, matching up with the coach quarterback, that's what you need in the NFL. That's what it is. You got a good coach, a good quarterback that have a relationship that equals wins.
Got Belichick and Brady, and they win whenever they want. Is that why you say?
Yeah.
It's just one. It's just one.
Yes.
That's one way to look at it. But if you look at if you look at the other New York team,
we're running a business here.
We're running a business here as we shoot. If you look at the other New York team, we got the New York Football Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Look terrible.
And I'm not a Giant hater. I'm not a fan of Giant fans.
They've been addressing this offensive line for almost a decade, and they just can't figure it out.
I love it.
I saw a thing where they turned Eli Manning into a meme.
A meme.
It's
this
like
guy's a meme.
Eli's a walking meme.
He's looking like, what do you want me to do? How am I supposed to win a game when I don't have 3 seconds to drop? I can't even finish my drop back. They're already on me. Well, and he's not a mobile guy where he gets out of the pocket. It's nonsense. How do you expect this guy to do anything?
What was good last night, I liked one of the when Eli got sacked, like whatever, it was like 3rd or 4th time, he got up
he had the perplexed
and
look.
He was like, shit, like this is real. Like he was getting slapped around last night. But
he's not a guy who'll complain.
No, he won't complain. Take it. But partially it's on Eli because he's old and he can't roll out of the pocket.
Around him. You got to protect OBJ. I mean, they're not doing nothing with these guys. Barkley looks pedestrian.
Barkley looks good.
Last night there was. I watched the full game.
I don't think he looks bad. I just
dealing with the line that he has.
It's hard to gauge what he is.
I mean, you put him on that Dallas team, Zeke's rookie year. I think he has a better rookie year than Zeke did.
But it's not. It doesn't matter.
You take away that long run. And his numbers are, just take away one run, just one run. I know it was a great run, but you take that one run away. Is he a 2-pick? Maybe if you look down the line, but he hasn't looked better than anyone behind him. He
But
looks
what's more valuable? That's where it comes
the
down
Giants
to-
still messed up. They
it
should have
comes
took the
down to
quarterback.
where the Giants made the right pick or they made the wrong pick. If you have the right quarterback, which Eli's not the right quarterback, guy's 37.
Well, he's a lot of money.
He's making $22 million a year, and the Giants have started the last. I think it was
He's
like
37, Eli.
last 4 or 5
and that's
seasons.
fine in this
0-2.
league because they
Yeah,
protect
4
quarterbacks.
out of 5 they started 0-2.
Which is
again-
absurd when you have a top 3 receiver in the league. You now have
Your quarterback's 2-time MVP, Super Bowl
okay, now you can
MVP.
get rid of that.
It doesn't make a difference. He still is.
Yeah, well,
he
he's
still is.
37 and he's done.
I
he's not
like
Tom
him.
Brady.
I'm just saying.
I like him.
I
He's
like
like a
him.
closer. He'll throw a pick, and then he'll be like, all right, you know what? I'm throwing it in that tight window again because that's where this pass needs to go.
Yeah.
And that's what you have. You need a quarterback with that mentality.
Eli's got balls.
And he does it. Now, he might throw 2 picks in a row.
Yeah.
But the third time, he might
fix it.
he might thread that needle, or he might throw a third pick. But if that's the pass that needs to be made, he makes it.
Yeah.
And you need that. You can't have a guy who's camera shy, gun shy. Oh, I can't throw this pass. I can't throw. I mean, Brett Favre was that guy for a long time. You can't be scared. But then there's the other end. You have a guy like Matt Stafford, week 1.
Got lit up.
I'll just throw interceptions all over
Yeah.
the place. Like, I'm not looking. I'm looking at my receiver and the guy defending him, and I don't care who's around. I'm throwing that pass.
That just
And
shows
Lee ends
he
up with
he
2
wanted
picks.
out of that. He just wanted out. He gave up. He was just like, all right, I'm just going to chuck it down. Let's get
He
out
was
of
done
here.
with that game.
Get me on the sideline. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. I mean,
That's terrible mentality.
you don't even finish your first game of the season. Matt Castle comes in.
Yeah. Which I didn't even know Matt Castle was still in the league.
He was
No
a
idea.
backup in college.
So go back to the Giants drafting. I don't know if they made the wrong decision. We'll
You
see
get
what
7
happens.
year out of a running
You
back.
see-
You can get 15 out of a quarterback.
If 7,
if the
if
quarterback
that.
runs,
if you're lucky, yes.
But when you see how, because last night the Cowboys couldn't tackle Barkley. Unfortunately, this guy Eli was getting slapped around. I think they
Feel bad for Eli.
I think they made the wrong decision. They should have went.
I get it.
QB,
The guy looks like a
but you
freak,
have
though.
when you have Odell and
You had all these
have
pieces. You might be able to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
within
that's what
2
they're-
years.
But
we
they ain't
are.
looking like they're winning Super Bowl.
No, no, they
Their
still look
best
like-
bet, realistically, the Giants' best bet is if they stink it up this year, say, and they go 3-13 again, or some
Yeah.
Gotta
something
go.
like that.
Gotta see if you can get a
You
quarterback
got-
then.
number one, you have to see if
You have to hope a quarterback
you got to
does
hope
good
a
this
good
year.
quarterback comes out, or free agency. I don't think there's any great quarterback
No.
coming out this year. Either you're going to trade for a quarterback,
Which is going to take a lot.
which is going to take a good amount, or you're going to have to draft a quarterback. And who knows if the Giants, they didn't want to draft one this year, clearly, for some.
With all these quarterbacks.
Now I have a question. This is what I don't understand. If the Giants didn't want to take a quarterback with the second pick, and they, if they didn't want to take a quarterback with the second pick, that shows that they have faith in Eli in the next 2 years to try and win.
Dave Gettleman has faith in Eli.
And they had no
Well, that's
faith in
what I'm
Webb.
saying. Where was that faith last year when they sat him and they screwed up his streak? That's what,
that
like,
was-
how
that was
how
on
does
the
it
coach.
change
That
that?
was on
But
the
that's what I'm
coach.
saying. How does it change that quickly?
'Cause you
That's what I
haven't-
don't
if they
understand.
like
That's
their-
inconsistency
Not only
in the
did you not
franchise.
have
That's not
faith in him
good.
last year,
You made Geno
you
Smith.
didn't even play the guy that you hope with the future. Now you even cut him. He's not even on the team.
He's on the Jets now.
Giants.
He's on the Jets now. But the Jets right now,
He's the
they're not
practice squad,
ready.
or is he third?
No, I think he's third string. Whatever he is. They're not ready yet. They're not
No,
ready.
they're 2
They're
years away
too
from being
raw.
contenders.
No,
Yeah.
not 2 years.
I think it's 2.
Year
Unless they
away.
make some
'Cause
crazy
They have
signings.
100. I think they have like 105 million.
105.
You go after Bell and then you need one
No,
more
no, no, no.
playmaker,
It's not
I
Bell.
think. No,
first
you
of
go
all,
after Bell.
You address the offensive line. That's
You go
where
after
you
the
start.
2 best offensive
You
Well,
linemen.
they got the money to do it.
Whatever
And you
you
go
get,
after
you
Bell.
throw them the money. You give them the money. I don't care what you got to give them.
Yeah.
You give them whatever they want. You bring them into
You
that
have to
life.
spend it anyway.
You got to spend it after 3 years. I'm
But
like,
you literally have to spend it. Like, it's not
So-
like, oh, we have to. No, it's
And then
part
you
of
address
the deal.
running
You
back.
have to spend that money.
They don't have a true number one running back. Bilal Powell's not a true
He's a
one.
great second and third running back. Great slot guy
But
to
you
fill in
need-
when you don't expect him to be there, but he's not a number 1 running back.
So if I can take Le'Veon Bell on my team,
Yeah, you do. How much
Sign
are
me
you
up.
going to have to pay him, though?
20 million.
Is it worth it?
He's a wants receiver.
Is
He's
it
going
worth
to
it?
be 27, yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it.
He's got a fresh body because
If Darnold has a good year, and you
Darnold.
could Darnold.
Darnold.
What did I say?
No, you
Darnold.
said Darnold.
Darnold.
Sam, yeah, Uncle Sam.
Darnold has a good year. And you have Bell, who you know is good. And then you have to go after someone who's a big-time
playmaker.
offensive lineman.
Oh,
No,
and-
just
and-
offensive
You
lineman.
need an offensive line because the receiver.
You're still going to need a playmaker, though.
Yeah, you get Bell as a receiver. He's gonna catch 500 yards out of the back as a running back, and then he's gonna rush for what? He's gonna rush for over 1,000 plus minimum. So you have the best of both worlds. He's a great pass blocker, and it's just like.
How did you write that?
What did I write? Thomas stinks. Thomas stinks. That was the point. That was the absolute point behind it. Let me finish my point on.
You don't want to know what I wrote on the whiteboard about you before I erased it. I felt bad.
I want to finish my point. The Jets are. They're gonna be better than the Giants overall.
All right, so what do we think next week?
No, Thursday. So
Jets are Thursday. 3 games in 11 days, which is absolutely stupid.
I'm nervous for
the NFL to do it. It's the second time the NFL has done this. It's the stupidest thing they can do.
I'm nervous for the Jets.
For these guys to play this physical type of a game and have to play 3 times in 11 days is absolutely ridiculous. Is that the stupidest thing you can make a team do?
When you get paid the money, they're getting paid.
I agree, but you could spread it out a little bit.
But you know what? I don't even feel that bad, though.
Cleveland.
I don't even feel that bad because football's once a week. You got. I mean, to talk about hockey, these guys are out there 2-3 times a week, and I think that's a much tougher game on your body.
You push the Jets Cleveland for week 3 of a Thursday game. Like, you could have picked a better Thursday game than 2 teams that were the top 5 picks, top 3 picks. Like, how are you selling this to your audience? Hey, here's the Jets in Cleveland week 3.
New York with the top pick in the draft as a quarterback.
That's what you're selling? You don't know they did. I think it's ridiculous that they have these.
Well, when does the schedule come? Did the schedule come out before or after the draft?
I don't know when the schedule comes out.
Tom.
I think it's after the draft.
Is it after the draft? The NFL. Schedule comes out before or after the draft?
Stop trying to make fun of Thomas.
How about you save your energy for something? What is it? Or can I at least see what it is?
3 big toes.
You don't want to know what the third one is.
Yeah, I think that would have been a compliment.
Yeah, really. But maybe they were hoping Jets, Cleveland, Darnold versus Baker.
Mayfield, that's what they wanted.
That's probably what they wanted. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah, but they're gonna get Uncle Sam playing.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they wanted.
It's so weird. Why would you have the Jets Monday night and then Thursday night in 2 of the first 3 weeks? They're not a draw. We like them. I don't know. You're a Johnny fan or you're a Jeff fan?
He's a Bengals fan.
All right, so I'm a Jeff fan. He's a Jeff fan. Yeah, I love that they're in this. It's easy for me to watch, but I don't know the draw for a San Francisco person watching. Oh, we're going to tune into the Jets versus Cleveland? Like, that's not a game you want to tune into.
Yeah.
It's 2 rebuilding teams. It's not.
I feel like Thursday night.
The Jets.
Thursday night's never a marquee match. It really is.
Unless they did this to get these 2 teams out of the way, so they don't have to put them on for Thursday for the rest of the year.
So you get one. Every team's on Thursday night.
Right. So maybe they did this. So you know what? We get the Jets and Cleveland out of the way early.
Well, who do you think comes out of that game? The Jets or Cleveland?
Well, of course we want to say the Jets, but we know the Jets. And we could see Cleveland open up those refrigerators all over Cleveland with the free Bud Lights. Hey, Cleveland won their first game in 700 days. Whatever it is, 650 days.
If you lost to Cleveland?
Whoever it is.
Whoever loses to them.
Pittsburgh was embarrassed because they tied them.
Yeah.
And they should have beat the Saints.
They missed the field goal.
This guy, their field goal.
Taylor played good.
He threw, that pass was unbelievable on 4th and 6 when he threw an absolute just
So the Jets play Cleveland.
So
let's
it's
go.
like,
what do you think? Win, loss, score?
My heart tells me the Jets are going to win, but my head is telling me the Browns are going to win.
Give me a score.
So I'm going to say Cleveland Browns. Cleveland 17, your Jets 24.
I'm going Jets 31, Cleveland 13.
Jets 2017 in overtime.
20 to 17.
20 to 17.
All right, now who do the Giants play?
Who do the Giants play? Who do the Giants play Sunday? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
This is
They're going to lose anyway, so it doesn't even
Who
matter.
do the Bengals play? If I ask you to look up who the Giants play.
I don't. You're asking me.
You said you're a Bengals fan.
It's still baseball season in my head.
Who's the Bengals quarterback? Still Dalton?
Andy Dalton.
The Red Rocket?
Yeah.
There's a guy who comes in Leone who looks exactly like the Red Rocket. I'm talking about a spitting image of him.
Yeah. Even down to the hair.
So much so that when I said it to him, I was amazed that he never heard it before.
Really?
I said, "Are you the Red Rocket?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. He goes, "Who's that?" I said, "He's the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. He has red hair. He looks exactly. I'll show him to you. He comes in on Sundays." He goes, "I never heard of the guy." No, you would.
Chicken parm guy?
There's no, not that guy. There's no questioning what he looks like.
Who do the Giants play? I'll tell you right now.
So they lost to the
Texans?
They played
So
the
Giants
Texans.
play
That's what
Houston.
happens.
Is it
You have a
in
6 too? My phone, the 6 is.
games in Houston? They're at
Oh yes, they're staying in Texas. Yes, Dallas to Houston.
So
yes.
one team's gonna go 0-3, and if we're looking at it,
We should have been more prepared for that. I should have
if we're
known.
looking at it, Giants are gonna go 0-3. Oh man, I would love to just see the paper if the Giants doesn't stop.
Yeah, but the
crashing
Texans
down.
are 0-2. Texans are 6-point favorites.
I don't care about like the spreads and all that.
No,
stuff.
I don't care either, but... Hey, you know what? 6 points is a lot for an 0-2 team.